The phone buzzed at 10:47 p.m. I glanced at the screen. My wife. The message was brief, almost perfunctory. "I'll be staying at David's tonight. Don't wait up." For a moment, I stared at the words. The chill in the pit of my stomach wasn't new, but tonight it felt heavier. I didn't respond right away. I let the silence settle between us like the weight of a sentence already delivered, the hollow echo of something not quite right. She'd been distant for weeks, maybe longer. Her eyes no longer lingered when we spoke, her laugh was hollow, and her touch was absent. She'd been slipping away in small, deliberate ways. But this was different. David. I'd heard the name before, whispered between her and her friends when they thought I wasn't listening. No, I didn't trust him. But tonight wasn't about trust. It was about control. I replied, almost casually, "Thanks for letting me know." The stillness in the room swallowed the words whole. Then I stood, no more waiting. I walked to the closet, slowly, methodically. I didn't ask questions. I didn't need to. The evidence was already there. I moved through the motions, filling box after box with her clothes. The silk dresses, the cashmere sweaters, the heels she never wore for me. It wasn't anger I felt, not yet, just something colder, something quieter. This wasn't an act of retaliation, not yet. This was me regaining control. I could hear her voice in the back of my mind, the same voice that once whispered promises in my ear, that same voice that had stopped whispering months ago. She had been slipping away for a while, but tonight the slip became a fall. David. I wasn't surprised, but I had to see it for myself. I had to know. I'd been watching her, studying her every movement, every word. I checked the phone records, the late nights she spent at work, the ones I never questioned. Now I knew better. Her infidelity was no longer a shadow in the dark. It was a glaring, unavoidable truth. The boxes were packed, neatly, tightly. I drove to David's apartment in silence. The city outside seemed unaware of the storm unfolding within me. I didn't speed. I didn't rush. This wasn't about rash decisions. It was about the slow, deliberate precision of watching the pieces fall into place. At David's door, I placed the boxes carefully, one by one. A text buzzed in my pocket. "Where are you?" Her message was panicked, confused. "Good. I'm here." I could almost hear her voice tremble as she read it. The sudden realization, the tightness in her chest. She'd expected to have some control over this, but not tonight. The phone rang a minute later, her name flashing on the screen. I didn't pick up. She called again, then again. Each time her voice growing more desperate, more frantic. But I wasn't done yet. I let the calls go unanswered. I let the silence stretch. It was just past midnight when I heard her car pull up. I watched from the shadows as she rushed to the door, breathless, her heels clicking on the concrete. Her face froze when she saw the boxes. I stood, motionless, calm. She hesitated, looking from the boxes to me, back to the boxes. Her hand reached for her phone, her fingers shaking. I didn't say a word. I didn't need to. She already knew. "What is this?" Her voice cracked. The false innocence was gone. The facade had crumbled. I reached into my jacket pocket, pulling out the envelope. The DNA test, the records, the proof. Her eyes scanned the papers. I saw the moment she knew it was over. There was no denying it. She choked on her breath, her voice a whisper of disbelief. How did you know?" I stayed silent. This wasn't about explaining anything. This was about her realizing just how much she had underestimated me. I didn't yell. I didn't scream. What would be the point? Instead, I simply handed her the envelope, watching her as she opened it, watching her face fall with each word. When she finally looked up, her eyes wide with panic, I saw it. That glimmer of guilt, of realization that she was caught, cornered. I didn't mean. I cut her off with a simple, cold smile. You didn't mean what? I asked. To destroy everything we built? To betray me with him? She flinched. The guilt, the shock, it all hit her at once. But she wasn't going to get a chance to explain. There was nothing left to explain. No, you didn't mean to, I said, voice flat. But you did. I turned away, walking toward the door. The last thing I heard was her voice, broken and desperate. Please. I didn't answer. I was done. Walked away without looking back. The door closed softly behind me, as if the world itself was sighing in relief. As I drove through the empty streets, I felt the finality of it all settle into me. The anger? Gone. The betrayal? Faded into nothing. There was no rage left in me, no grief, just silence. I wasn't sad, I wasn't angry, I was free. She would never understand, and I didn't care. I was finished, and for the first time in months, I felt completely, utterly in control.